My setup is just with 2 microphones, one for my voice and one for the internal speaker and the little synth that I use. There's actually 2 synths now. The newest addition is a small little guy like this size, and the other one is the bigger one, which has the internal speaker. And they're both built by Siet Lombarde, Peter Blasser. They both came to me by chance, actually, both of these instruments. So I didn't pick them. I'm not an electronics musician. It's sort of, I use them because of this nature of the way that they came to me, which is a lot about how I work. It's a lot about instinct, and it's a lot about how things come to me naturally. So these 2 instruments are like that, and the nature of them is like this too. They're very intuitive, very chaotic. I'm not controlling too much, and actually in a way that's the way I prefer to work, to be inside of a state of chaos, and then, you know, it's more about the process of trying to control it, but knowing that it could never happen. So they're totally separate, and I guess the process is happening in my brain and through my ears, and how I'm kind of filtering the information back and forth. But yeah, with the voice, it's a lot of just different kinds of extended techniques, using the kind of full range of the voice that's amplified. The amplification gives it much more range. So I have the microphone quite hot, so I can be really close, and I phase on and off. And I try to listen for how the sound is in the space by phasing and using the distance of the microphone to create a kind of dynamic palette of different kinds of sounds. Yeah. I have alligator clips and wires, which I use to connect to different pins. And the other one is this, I think the larger one's called a Forcis, and the little one I believe is called a Mr. Grassi. The original one came to me, I think it must have been like 2006, 2007, maybe even earlier than that, because Peter used to live in Baltimore, and I used to live there too, and we met, and I came across this instrument that he had. And it's one of the original ones that he made. He doesn't make these anymore, actually. And the other one is a really new one, because he has 2 shops in Berlin and in Lisbon, and I played a concert in the shop, and they just gave it to me. I didn't even choose it, so. Somehow I managed to connect them. I can connect them just because everything is just touch-based. That's it. Everything is just moving the conduit of electricity around and then modulating it a little bit with the knobs, but also just moving the wires around. I have some raw open wires too, so it gives it an even more rough and kind of broken circuit sort of sound. I feel everywhere I go I'm faced with some kind of control which I want to escape, or I want to re-look at, so I can figure out how to establish a more free way of being. And I think this is a reason that I got into doing experimentation, not experimental music. It was very process-based and very personal. It wasn't because I listened to music and I loved it and it was cool, or it wasn't based on friends or groups or communities. It was really based on a very personal journey, looking for something that I don't know if I've even found yet, but I think I'm on the way. You know, I'm 46 now, I have a 22-year-old son, I was a single mom. There's a lot of journey that's brought me to the point of what I do right now. So yeah, the whole journey of this sort of navigation of life and making decisions and figuring out how to be the most honest that I can be, how to be the most free as possible, while having to be a parent in this kind of society with the pressures from my ancestry with my parents and my family and the ones that I put myself into, and being in institutions and schools or in work or different communities, just always questioning the kinds of control that's all around me and trying to make the best decisions for myself. And this is what improvisation is. It's a series of decisions. And I'm quite fascinated about how free, especially in these moments of being able to play and make sound, it's very liberating, and I feel like it's a real expression of how you can be completely free, in a way. Even though I don't think I've really found the absolute essence of what that is. I think I'm still looking. Yeah.